why is it an issue of national crisis? Truly, because you know why? Like we have seen so many families where there are children that are not the woman's children. Like you know how like I think the African settings they bring like the man sometimes they'll request, sometimes some women are okay with it, but sometimes you find the woman has no say, especially when the man is the sole provider of the home. And like abana baina kula together yes. And they bring them into the home by force and all these things. And it's so actually it is more common to find families where there are children that are outside of the wedlock than families where they are all one unit. But now, when the DNA paternity issue becomes an issue, now people are like killing themselves. Yeah. What's up with that?
Hello there, this is Med Expo Africa, and we are here with another topic, a very interesting topic. DNA and paternal testing. Oh my God, the whole social media has been burning. Radio stations have been burning. There's been a banter. I'm sure you've seen memes. Is that child yours? Are you sure? So it has been so crazy that people have been doing testing. Is that child yours? Am I sure? That even Ministry of Health had to come up and choose 2 labs that are authorized to do DNA testing. That is the MBN lab at Nakasero Road and the government diagnostic lab, because fake tests were coming up, everything was coming up. But with me now, we have 3 lovely doctors, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm called Dr. Kunsa Hudson Dimitrios. Thank you.
Dr. Nyamarin Jutumsime, I'm happy to be here.
Tanel Kerswal Harenzaho. Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. So let's start with Dr. Brianna. What is DNA?
In simple terms, it's a genetic composition that determines you. It determines who you are, determines what you do, your functionality, your entire being. Okay. That is DNA.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Dr. Swalha, I think we are 8 billion people in the world. And is there a possibility that 2 people can have the same DNA?
Given the technology we have now, no 2 people can have the same exact DNA. You see it when it comes to, fingerprints. If you had the same exact DNA with your monozygotic twin, monozygotic means an identical twin. In case you have like a criminal case, you will see that you will have a different fingerprint and they will have a different fingerprint, and that's how they will tell the 2 of you apart. So, meaning both of you do not have the same exact DNA. Yeah. And I think that's it. 2 people cannot have the same exact DNA. It's not possible.
So is there a possibility that maybe if we're talking about DNA where you get half from the mother and half from the father, is there a possibility that, okay, dad is more dominant, mom is more dominant, or the halves still work?
No. The mother contributes half of the genetic composition of the child, and the father contributes half. You think they're saying that the father is more dominant or the mother is more dominant? That case is not there. Everybody contributes half, unless there are some pregnancies whereby they are abnormal. These are the abnormal instances whereby you will have whatever is formed in the mother's womb having only the father's DNA. But usually these things are not viable. These pregnancies are not viable, and usually they come out. They have miscarriages, so that can't happen in normal circumstances. So you cannot have a living being having just one person's genetic contribution. That cannot happen. Yeah.
So, Dr. Kunsa, paternal testing is more common. Why don't we say maternal testing? Why is it paternal testing? Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sia. When you look at the paternal testing, here we want to confirm if really this DNA, because we see that the DNA determines everything that you are.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what will determine if you'll be tall, short, light, dark, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you look at, first, we take an assumption that since you're the mother, this baby is from you, definitely you're the mother.
It's yours.
It's
you.
Yeah. Yes, so we would not doubt the mother so much, but we've heard of cases where the hospitals, they can maybe exchange babies. So in that case, we can also go on to do a maternal testing. But scientifically, why we don't really consider maternal testing, it's because of the mutations.
Okay.
When we look at mutations, it's when the DNA tries to change. There are always some changes that can happen, and these changes make some differences. And as we grow, these changes keep on happening in our DNAs. That's one of the ways that can lead also to cancers,
Okay.
as we saw earlier. So mothers contribute a DNA which we call the mitochondrial DNA. So in these mothers, there is a tendency that their DNA changes very fast.
Okay.
So it's like the maternal part of the DNA in which he has contributed to the baby. In like a small part we call that mitochondria there, it changes very fast. So it's very easy that sometimes you can check it and then you find it's quite a bit different. But now for the paternal, because it doesn't contribute to mitochondria, this is a bit stable. So when you do the testing, the paternal will be better than
The maternal.
the maternal because it's a bit stable.
So for an adopted child looking for their biological parents,
Yeah.
Is it possible that I will be able to find my mother, since you've talked about the changes that keep going?
It's possible. Still, even we can do a maternal on you, like the child and mother. It's just that the percentage will be a bit lower.
A bit lower,
Yeah,
okay.
as compared to the male. Yeah, but if we do, still we can look at the percentage and we be like, you're close to this woman by this percentage, so less likely or more likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Brianna, how accurate is this DNA thing?
It is accurate. It depends.
Yeah.
So most times the DNA will. So you've seen like in those, how do you call them? I think there's like paternity court.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yes.
So you're 99.99% most
The
likely
father.
the father, or 98. But so normally a good above 95% will tend to give us a proper rating of parent. Let me not say paternity. Okay, paternity, but like parenthood of. This is your parent by that percentage, because of course you know people, like even if like distant relatives and distant cousins, the thing will keep on reducing. Now some people go to how's it called, genetic, like to find where you come from, and then they say
Ancestry, yes.
at you're 1% European, 0.2% Italian,
African.
those things. Yeah, and so there's always those small estimates, but normally above a good 94% is there. But also don't forget that we have a 98% DNA similarity with like chimpanzees.
Oh, yeah.
So for them, like even when it comes to the intelligence and whatnot, they're very, very highly similar to human beings in that nature, more than even the monkeys. And the ape species, they are the most similar to us.
Yes.
Yeah, so there is those things, but so a good above 94% will give us most times a good family next of, like, you know, like the first family, if I may say, biological family, parent, siblings, things like that. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so now I've seen in the movies where people are always pulling hair and they like, take this, test it. So is it accurate? Are there other samples we can take from the body to confirm?
Every part of our body has DNA. So every part can be taken. I think people pick hair because it's the easiest to pick. Like you're not going to begin pulling out someone's tooth. Or like the father finds you in someone's child's blood, like you're sucking it out. But like when it comes to like hair brushes, that's why I'm like, now women who be having like wigs.
You can't find that. This is a lady from India.
Yeah.
It's just not adding but like, so most times I think the hair is the easiest to access. But every place people pick from the mouth, like I think the testing that is done for ancestry tracing, they normally like to do samples from the mouth there, and then they pick samples and then they ship them and get them processed and all these things. But yeah, so every area of our body will easily give us testing.
Yes. Actually, the saliva is also easy. And then even the blood, like she said, every part of our body has DNA.
Actually, very true. And even comes to forensics, if in case there has been a murder case, usually when people are struggling and they usually struggle and fight with the person who's actually killing them, so they pick the skin cells from the nails, and they, you know, in their computers they tend to match DNA with people who they have picked samples from, especially former perpetrators, so they can tell, okay, now this is the person.
Mama, like when are we going to reach wherever Uganda, like our forensic. First of all, I feel like forensic medicine is so dope.
Yeah,
When I get into forensic medicine, you people, it's so like how you find people tracing and they're really doing the most. I don't know how to say things, but like it's just so interesting.
Yeah. So I think our conversation has really delved deeper into DNA, the simple things. Is it accurate? 94% accuracy, we have given a percentage. And like with emphasis, Uganda, we have 2 places. Yeah. So if you want to get accurate results, go to MBN Lab at Nakasero. And then,
I have seen clinics advertising, we do DNA here because it's the thing on, it's the you move with the trend. Every clinic, we do DNA testing here. Even a pharmacy, we have people who do DNA tests because, they eat people's money and destroy families, giving wrong results.
But you guys, I want to know. Why is it an issue of national crisis, truly? Because, you know why? Like, we have seen so many families where there are children that are not the woman's children. Like, how, I think the African settings, they bring, the man, sometimes they'll request, sometimes some women are okay with it, but sometimes you find the woman has no say, especially when the man is the sole provider of the home. And abana kula together and they bring them into the home by force and all these things. And it's it is more common to find families where there are children that are outside of the wedlock than families where they are all one unit. But now, when the DNA paternity issue becomes an issue, now people are killing themselves. What's up with that?
We live in a patriarchal society, and we do.
Not entirely. Not entirely.
That is the
patriarchal.
normal.
But it's entirely.
It is a patriarchal society.
It's patriarchal, but
it actually is.
I think you see, when you talk about the other way around, a man bringing the children at home and tells you the wife you have to
you have to take care of the children.
You have to take care of them. I think it is something that what pains the males the other way around. I find out that this child is not mine.
Let's get the male perspective.
I don't know. You get, you're home. You're there with your children. I brought you these children. You know they are not yours, but they are mine. I brought them home. So you're raising them knowing these ones are not my biological, but they're brought. Now me, I'm in the darkness. I don't know.
Also, it's an issue of...
I'm raising each and every one. I'm being pushed to pay tuition, school fees, bills. I'm abused because I'm not doing my duties. And someone that I'm not...
You're not related to.
If I knew that
the weren't yours,
that they are not mine, I will do all the good I can. But then
it's painful. It's painful for me.
I think I get that perspective because otherwise, people are falling off buildings. This is supposed to be the strongest species. Why are you throwing yourselves off buildings? It's crazy. Anyway,
it's actually such a social topic because it impacts family life, trust, and all. So if we're really going to delve deep to the social, then we have to consider, because if you say it hurts you, it also hurts the woman. Because we don't know. You just surprise me one day
with a baby.
So on their burials,
and on the burial. You have to share now with other children. And usually those children look exactly like the father.
It's surprising for both.
I get what he's saying of they brought them under his care without him knowing. So that one kind of
validates the point.
But still, man, you don't be knowing. But we've seen the stories of the women who be like, she loved the husband, she trusted him. Me, I got the one in a million. That's why women these days they say fear them, because women's hearts have been hardened.
Oh wow.
Then you go to find at the man's funeral, there are 7 others on the road. You're like, where did you come from? I think that really killed. I think that's now where you find women even get out of mourning. She's like, naim fachi, get this. Anyway, I get that now. I get what you try to mean, but okay.
Okay, so that's it with this topic. I just want to invite you for the Med Expo, which will be taking place from 7th to 9th September. We will all be there. Let's talk more about DNA. We might share some things that we need to also learn from you guys.
Doing some DNA tests.
Some DNA tests. Yeah, some DNA tests can be done. Will it be done?
If you're not strong,
If you're not
don't
strong.
test. If you're not strong.
Maybe we shall invite the MBN to come and pick samples
Yes, example.
from people.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for attending. See you at the Med Expo. Yeah.